Hello, Sagittarius. This is going to be a short and sweet message for the month of February for the sign of Sagittarius. Excuse me. This one's deep. So I'm learning. I got two new decks, Osha Zen Tarot, and I'm learning astrology through Black Moon Astrology. So I'm pulling one card and I'm reading the book, like literally reading, highlighting, you know? So I'm like, let me pull one for each zodiac, a small, short, sweet message for each sign, and then post it. I'm giving you a message at the same time I'm also learning these cards, so I don't look like a fool when I'm reading from the book. Now you know why. This one's deep. Okay. So from the Zen Tarot, I got the mind. Somebody is stuck here, but okay. I'm going to give you the message right away, and then we're going to go into the cards. You are stuck in your mind, and you need to get out of your mind because you are in the middle of paying your karmatic debts. The South Node. The South Node is your karmatic debts, but you're so fogged up that you might just repeat another cycle. Karmatic debt. Then everyone has. You probably are like, what the fuck is a South Node? So you have, everyone has placements in their chart. First house, second house, third house, Venus is in this, my sun is this, my ascending is this. If you keep looking at your chart at the bottom, you'll see South Node and North Node. North Node is what you're destined to, what's it called? Your life's purpose. Like, you should really look that up. Your North Node is your life's purpose. Your South Node is your karmatic debt, life's debt. Somebody is so fogged up in their debt that you are gonna be stuck there if you do not clear your mind. Okay, I'm gonna read you this. Now, this is the mind card. This is what happens. And look at the illustration. Look at everything. Okay, because the reason you read the book is so you can understand exactly what the artist has in mind for this card. It's not just mind, and I say, oh, clear your mind. That's not the case. Okay, this is what happens when we forget that the mind is meant to be a servant and start to allow it to run our lives. The head is filled with mechanisms. The mouth is ranting and raving. The whole surrounding atmosphere is being polluted by the factory arguments and opinions, right? That's what it looks like. Your mind is foggy. You're all fucked up. It's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm going to read something to you that's pretty deep. The mind is what makes us human. It's source for all progress and great truths. If you believe that, try an experiment. Go into your room, shut the door, turn on a tape recorder, and give yourself total permission to say whatever's on your mind. If you really allow it all to come out without any censorship or editing, you'll be amazed at the amount of rubbish that comes out. Like, you say your mind controls everything, like, that's bullshit, because if your mind controlled everything, then you would be doing what you actually wanted to do, and some of it's like crazy, right? Somebody somewhere is stuck in their head. Take a look and make sure it isn't you. Somebody is stuck. I would put this would be like a 9 of swords. Like, you're stuck in your mind. Get the fuck out of your head. Ready? Now, this is a reading here. So now this is one card. And I pulled another card, and I'm going to pull a tarot. Now, because I know the meanings of all these cards, I can give you a storyline of what could potentially happen in the month of February. Right now, we know you're stuck in your mind. You're stuck in your head and you're foggy. Now, let's read what the South Node card means. Karmatic debt. Life's debt, which happens to be karmatic. The South Node represents a karmatic point in our charts where certain matters must be discarded or casted off in order to develop and move on forward for greater things. You may be evaluating certain aspects in your life to realize there is no longer any connection there and that it is time to move on. But assured you will have a stronger foundation for your next venture. Door slam. But in recognizing what needs to end, it will help you move on towards a future maturity. You need to get out of your head so you can get through this karmatic lesson. Otherwise, you're going to go through it again. And if you're in a really shitty position around, and that's kind of what I'm getting. Someone's in a real fucking shitty position right now. And you have the opportunity to let it go. Like, walk away from whatever this is. Stop doing this fucking cycle you're doing to yourself. Like, what are you doing? Why? Now I'm yelling at you. Why? And you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking to. There's several Sagittarius, and I just want to be like, I don't even have time for you anymore. I don't want to be around you. I don't. Your energy is just, you keep doing it to yourself, and I'm sorry, but that is your fault. Get the fuck out of your mind. You could take that as a read. That's what this is. The South Node is all about being prepared for what's coming next and what that means being experienced. You have to go through the experience. We all have to go through the experience in order to pay that debt. So if you haven't, and this is a whole nother thing, if you haven't suffered from anything ever, like you've just been privileged, wait till that debt comes in, that karmatic lesson comes in, you're going to hate yourself. I know people that have never suffered from anything, and I don't want to say you have to suffer from things, but there's lessons that need to be learned, and some people just don't want to listen to them. So I'm going to pull a tarot card, right? So we know your mind's foggy. Look at that. 10 of Swords. The mind can get to this point where you're ending your own life, okay? Okay, I would never do that, but somebody knows something, or you need to know something, or you need to wake up. Literally, this is just Swords. So life, stats, minds. Let me have any other messages here for Sagittarius. Wow, I like those two cards. Any other messages for Sagittarius? The Hierophant. You need to seek spiritual advice, okay? You need to seek a higher power. You need to get back into faith. Sagittarius, oh my God, your card came out in another reading and I read it. And no matter what, whether you say you're faith-driven right now or you're spiritual or not, there's always this philosophical, spiritual aspect to Sagittarians. Whether you believe it now, one month you'll be like, I'm religious. Next month you're like, no, I'm not religious. 1 month you're spiritual. Next month you're not. At the end of the day, you will always find faith, some form of spirituality or faith to be your support system, right? Philosophical. You guys are like, you like to understand the thought process of everything. Like, why is this card printed red? Like, you'll go and find out the research as to how it was printed that way. Like, because you want to understand all aspects up to this point, all aspects to the understanding of the body of the human mind. Like, you probably make great psychologists. I think it said you make great psychologists, politicians, writers, publishers. Anyway, the Hierophant. This is someone of spiritual power. See, there's people looking up to them. Higher source, a mentor, someone that you look up to. Spirituality. This is also the card of spirituality in tarot. It's also going to mean you're going back to school. You guys should be in school. You should be learning. You should be adapting to things. You should be learning new things. You should be traveling. You should not be caught up. You should not be stuck in one place. That's not you. That's not what you were born to be doing. Now look up your North Node and see what your life path's supposed to be, okay? Because there's a life debt here that's trying to get paid, but you need to get out of your mind, and you might have to seek some spiritual guidance here. And I'm not saying go Jesus, but some of you might need to go Jesus. Right? And I'm going to go drastic here. If there's like someone dealing with like an addiction, the only true way out of addiction, one, is not AA, sorry, and two, it is not rehab. It is faith. And typically rehabs tend to be faith-based, because faith and finding yourself, you need to find purpose in yourself first in order for you to get out of any crazy addiction, whether it's addiction to love, a person, a thing, a place. You need to find yourself. So faith, like this is faith-based, like this is spiritual, it's tarot. It's right there. Start right there. You made one step forward just by reading this, by watching this message coming from me. And I happen to yell at you because I'm just tired of it. Like, I have a lot of Sagittarius in my life, and you're all not where you need to be, and it's bothering me. All right. You get the message? Someone's mind is foggy here. This is the month where you need to get the fuck out, or you're going to go through a whole nother life debt again. And I don't know. Rest. Four of Swords. Pull back. Retreat. 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 Rest. Rest your mind. Rest your body. Rest your soul. Worry about your security. Secure yourself. You need to hold that pinnacle close to your heart and secure you and focus on you and only you, and there is nothing else. What difficult decision do you have here? Look, all difficult decisions on love, difficult decisions on the Lover's card, difficult decisions in relationships. I understand time and effort might have been put into that, but this shouldn't be a difficult decision when you're the one that's losing, when you're the one that's sacrificed here, when you're the one that's mind is like this, not them. They don't give two fucking shits, do they? They're perfectly fine the way they are. I don't see them here in the reading. I don't see them. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to pull one more. Queen of Cups. Are your emotions balanced? Ooh. There's emotional balance, there's structure, there's stability, but you need to take a pause. Emotional balance. Stability, structure, finances, pentacles, and a pause. What does this mean? What does this mean? I don't think you're there because those cards wouldn't have came out. This is where you need to be. You need to be emotionally balanced, like set, compassionate, loving to yourself first. Worry about your stability and your structure only. They're not looking at each other. They're looking away from each other because the emotions is one and stability is another. Work on this and then work on this. All of this can be done by you taking a pause at whatever you're doing now. I hope this message resonates with you, Sagittarius. I'll see you guys soon.